You're about to learn the top 3 mistakes that shy guys make when it comes to meeting women, dating, and relationships. And if you're not where you want to be right now in that area, you're feeling stuck or frustrated or held back when it comes to meeting women, then I guarantee that you're making at least one of these mistakes, if not all 3. I'm Dr. Aziz. I'm the founder of the Center for Social Confidence. And I want to start by asking you a question. How's your love life? How's your love life? How's your dating life, your romantic life? Do you feel like there's prospects, there's possibilities? There's women out there that you know that are acquaintances that you could ask out? There's the potential for relationships for you? Do you feel like you could go out to a place, whether it's a bar or even just day to day in the supermarket, walking down the street and meet someone and actually date them? You know, if you're anything like me, that was not my reality. In fact, my aunt, who's very personal and a little bit nosy, would often ask me, "Hey, Aziz, how's your love life?" And this is when I was in my late teens and early 20s and was just so stuck in shyness. And every time she asked me that question, I'd have this sinking feeling in my chest and my stomach. Oh, God, my love life. Don't talk to me about that. Ugh. And it's because there was no prospects, no chance. I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I wasn't as good as other guys because they could get women and I couldn't. I felt so inferior and inadequate. It was terrible. And I just didn't even want to think about it. So I commend you for watching this video because you're willing to look at yourself. You're willing to look at what's going on here. And that is the first step of creating a massive transformation. If you're willing to turn towards what you're scared of and look at it in the eye, then it's only a matter of time until it dissolves. And I absolutely guarantee that for you. I'm going to share some stuff in this video here that's going to help deliver on helping you make that shift. So let's get started with those top 3 mistakes that shy guys make. And pay attention, see how they relate to you. So the first one is, if you're stuck with women, I can pretty much guarantee you're making this mistake, that you're not initiating with women. You're not the one to start the interaction often. You know, you're maybe hoping that someone will come talk to you. You're hoping that, maybe, I used to have this fantasy that maybe a woman would move in next door to me, or I'd sit next to her in class and everything would just somehow magically work out and happen. But the reality is that doesn't happen. Now the way the game works is you have to put yourself out there. You have to be able to talk to people. And, especially if you want to meet someone and expand your possibilities of being able to meet them anywhere you are, in a bookstore, in a coffee shop, you have to learn how to initiate those interactions. And when you just wait in a state of more passive hoping, then we can hope our life away. A lot of stuff just doesn't happen until we decide to take action on it. The second mistake that I see shy guys make, and I know I made this one for the longest time, was if you do get the courage to go talk to a woman, you're not being yourself. That's the second mistake, is not being yourself. And that means you go talk with her, but you're really worried that she's not going to like you. So you go into people-pleasing mode. And this is, you try to impress her, you try to be really friendly and nice and nodding and agreeable, and you make sure you don't say anything offensive. You want to make sure you don't make any jokes that she wouldn't like, and you don't want to talk about anything that she's not interested in. So you end up just kind of listening and nodding and being really friendly and nice. And at best, maybe you don't get rejected, but at best she's going to say, "Oh, that guy, yeah, he was nice." But there's not much attraction there. She's not really drawn to you because you're not fully being yourself. You're not letting all of yourself out. And the third mistake that shy guys make is that I'm pretty much guessing you're not taking the big risks. That's risks with a capital R. That means going into the things that scare you and just seeing what happens. So the first one, which would be initiating those interactions, but it doesn't stop there, right? I mean, developing a deep relationship is just a series of risks. So first is starting a conversation with her. Then, the risk of flirting and being more outgoing or bold or being yourself. Then there's the risk of asking her out. Then there's the risk of when you're out, how much do you reveal about yourself? Do you let her know that you're into her? Then there's the risk of kissing her. Then there's the risk of taking to the next level sexually. Then there's the risk, There's so many risks. And if we're risk averse and we're like, I'd rather not. If there's a chance that it doesn't work, I don't want to take the chance. If you're in that boat, which I was for years, then you're not going to have success with women. And anyone who is successful with women, if you talk to them, they say it's a numbers game. They say you have to be willing to put yourself out there because not every opportunity, not every connection is going to pan out. And if you get stuck on, I don't want to take any risks, then you don't get to move to the next person and see what the connection is and when there is a good fit for you. So when I've been working with men one-on-one with this stuff, I've been seeing some powerful shifts. But I say I wanted to expand this to people beyond my individual coaching practice because there's a limitation in cost and time and space. But the challenge is there's like an audio program or a video program, which I have several of, but it can get overwhelming to just get a lot of content and information at once. So I'm particularly excited about a new program I have now called 30 Days to Dating Mastery. And I wanted to take the transformation I was seeing in coaching and make it a reality for you over the internet. And the way I decided to do that is I designed a revolutionary new program, which is totally unique in that it delivers exactly what you need to know each day. And it's not more than you need to know. You don't need to look at step 7 when you're on step 1. It's overwhelming. So what happens is in this program, 30 Days to Dating Mastery, you will get an individualized email to you each day that teaches you one specific skill set in a strategy session that you need for that day. Starting with the basics, right? How do I like myself? How do I feel more confident? How do I feel more attractive and desirable to women? Clearing some of the old garbage that we have that tells us that we're not. Then it progresses into specific strategy sessions around how do I approach uncomfortable situations? How do I build up my courage to do that? How do I talk and make interactions with anyone, not just attractive women? And you progressively learn the skills that you need till we're at the end of the program, you're talking to beautiful women and asking them out and going on dates and creating sexual relationships and the kind of connections that you really want. And then in addition to that, each strategy session has a mission. And the mission is at the end of the strategy session, there is an activity that you must do that day. And this is where the biggest transformation I found happens, is because it's forcing you to do something. Again, starting small and working your way up piece by piece. You build your confidence one brick at a time. And by the end, guys are having incredibly powerful, deep senses of solid confidence in all areas of their life, including dating and relationships. So this material, I counted up all the time and the hours, is about the equivalent of 8 individual coaching sessions, which would go for $1,400 US. And I realize that is cost prohibitive to a lot of people, and I have a limited number of slots in my schedule, so it's not going to work out for everyone. And I wanted to make this accessible. So for a limited time only, I'm offering 30 Days to Dating Mastery for just $197. That's $197 for 30 days of individual coaching, of intense, deep strategy sessions, of missions, and of access to the online forum where you can share about your experiences, you can read about other people's experiences, you can hear from me when I respond to people's forum posts. And there's a sense of community and connection that's going to help support you through this process so you're not alone. You get all of that for $197 for now, for a limited time only. So if you're ready to get started on this transformation, then I strongly suggest that you click below to order now. And this program is having some powerful results. We just did some beta tests and we got some responses from guys. And these are guys that are just like you. They're not naturals and ultra confident to begin with. They're just like you and just like me, where I can't even talk to her. I have no opportunities to talk to women. There's no way in hell I'm going to do that, feeling stuck and shy and anxious. And here, let's hear from several of them after they've done the program. Christian from New York says, I feel much more bold after doing this program. Doing all those eccentric missions was a good way to stretch my comfort zone. I most certainly would not have taken the time to practice with women, as I didn't have what it takes to recover from rejection. As far as my dating life goes, I feel far more hopeful about it. I feel the confidence to try again and again and to realize that failure is on the road to success. Craig from Oregon says, thanks to participating in 30 Days to Dating Mastery, my self-image has improved and my confidence has stabilized. I see myself in a more complimentary light. I am better at questioning negative thoughts and bouncing back faster from hard knocks. I'm also going after what I want and not letting a mismatch break my spirit. I often felt validated as I related to many of the experiences Dr. Aziz shared. That was really nice. Overall, I recommend this program for helping men get into action. We're getting so many success stories from guys who are going through this program. I want to share one more with you, which is just gives a sense of some of the subtle shifts that you can experience. And one is a guy who, again, was in the area of no prospects, not talking to women, eye down when he walked down the street, and he went through this program. And what he was just telling me the other day was that he's in a college, and I was in one of my new Spanish classes, and by the end of the first day of the class, he interacted with and introduced himself to a handful of people there. 3 of them were women he was attracted to, beautiful women that he never would have talked to before he'd done the program months ago. And he went through this program, he developed that sense of deep certainty and confidence in himself. And did he take them home and go sleep with them that night? No. And that's not what this program is about. It's not a pickup artist thing about how to, seduce her in 30 seconds and take her home. This is about really finding that deep confidence in yourself, really liking who you are, and then going out there and creating real connections, real dating relationships with the women that you want to be with. And so what he did is he laid the foundation. He talked to all three of these women, got comfortable, they feel comfortable with him, and then over the course of the class, he can go out, he can ask some of them out. And there's this tremendous opportunity, this excitement that he felt in his life of like, oh my God, everywhere I go, whether I'm in my class or different places in a bookstore, I can talk to women. It's possible, and they actually want to talk with me. And this was the biggest shift that he experienced. I was talking to this woman and she was engaged. She liked talking to me, and it was like a new thing for him. So I'm really excited for you to feel and experience that shift. There's one thing that might be getting in your way right now. I know this would often get in my way. It's like, oh God, I'm going to invest all this time and money, and is it really going to work? And I understand that hesitation. So I want to remove any of that doubt for you. You take if you get the program, you can go through the entire program and have 60 days to really test it all out. And if for any reason after 60 days you're not completely satisfied, you're not at the next level when it comes to dating and relationship and your confidence in yourself, then no questions, a money back guarantee. Just send me an email and I'll send you your money back. You don't have to, no hassles, nothing like that. So it's really absolutely no risk to just give this your all, give it a shot and see. And the worst thing that can happen is a month later you're like, well, it wasn't exactly what I hoped it would be. But there's no way you can go through this program and not get something. There's so much material here. I mean, this is the culmination of a decade of my life of studying this stuff and working with people day in and day out, working on myself, putting it all in here and giving you a roadmap to create the success that you want with women. So I strongly suggest that you click below to order now, to get started in this program. You won't regret it, and if you do, you get your money back. So click below to order now. And there is one risk that I want to share that you have, and that is it's the risk of not taking action. If you don't take different action today, how is tomorrow going to be any different? The average person with social anxiety waits 10 years before they get help. And I was in that boat myself. That was so many years of just, this is how life is. It wouldn't work anyway. I suck. And now I look back, I'm like, so much wasted time. What was I doing? But I didn't know any better. And I don't want that for you. So I really want to hammer home that if you don't take action, if you don't get out of passive and into active, things won't change. Not at the rate that you want. And that the only way that things are going to change is if you take that new action. And if you do, there is tremendous possibility for success. I mean, this stuff, dating, relationships, any idea you have that says you can't learn it and you're broken and you're defective and it's not for you and you're just doomed to be alone is complete and total BS. Your belief system, bullshit. There's no way that you cannot make shifts in your life when you put effort and energy into it. You'll notice something. You'll feel more confident after doing this program. I guarantee that. And if you don't, you'll get your money back. So click below to order now, and we're going to get started. Immediately, you'll get the first intro video sent to you, which gives you a rundown of the program, how to prepare for it, and then starting the next day, in your inbox, bright and early in the morning, will be your strategy session and your mission. And you do these missions, I'm telling you, the transformation that I'm seeing is profound, and I'm incredibly excited about it. So I look forward to speaking with you in the first days of 30 Days to Dating Mastery.